This is Jacqueline here with the GROW program. Thanks for watching. I want to talk today about this federal system, justice system. Okay, so we got the two separate justice systems, black and white, but we also got state and federal. Okay, this federal system, for those of you who don't know, who may be out there committing federal crimes and don't know what you're doing, how you may about to get caught up. Well, let me let you know something. There's a federal system that's based upon your past. They look at what you did over your life, the state time. See, they got a file on you from the time you were born up to that day you walk in on their desk. And I'm telling you the truth. Anything and everything you ever did will be in that file. The government knows everything about you. You may think you under the radar. You are not under the radar because you got 9 numbers that follow you everywhere you go, called your social security number. And that follows you through life. Everywhere you go, every baby that's born got to have a social security number in the United States. So you may think you under the radar, but you are not. They know everything about everything. And there's this other thing about in the federal system called conspiracy. Okay, so say for instance, you got people who making meth or something. Will somebody go buy some Sudafed or whatever it is they use to make meth, and they done caught up a bunch of people in on conspiracy. You may not even sold any meth. You may just bought some Sudafed, or anything. I'm telling you, it's a thing called conspiracy where you haven't done anything, but you are caught up in it because that's a conspiracy. Then when you hear conspiracy theory, that thing is really real because people get caught up in conspiracy in the federal government and they've been charged. You got a whole lot of people, the man who wrote the book about, I know what you did. I forgot the name of it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Kevin Trudeau, wrote the book. Well, he caught up in the conspiracy, or whatever. But I'm letting you know because I'm talking to the people who are out here. I ain't talking to nobody who writing a book. I'm talking to somebody who out here thugging and gang banging, selling crack to the community, taking crack, shooting up people, shooting up at the post office, shooting up at the postal workers, just out here just doing wrong. You want to get caught up in a conspiracy because that's where you headed. You're going to get either caught up in the conspiracy or you're going to get caught up in the gunfire. So which way you want to go? You got a 3-way street here. You can go either this way, the conspiracy or the death sentence, or go straight ahead and grow. That's what I'm trying to get you to do. I'm trying to get you to grow from that lifestyle and leave that lifestyle alone. You don't want to die a rebel. I'm telling you, and I'm going to tell you something from being a legend. You are in this world, but you are not of this world. See, there's a time when in the word, there's a time it say, I think like a child. But when I get older, I leave my childish ways alone. So what is happening now is we used to think in the world. We used to be in the world. But we're transformed by renewing of our mind. So now we are of this world. We're not in the world anymore. We are of this world. We're legends. So those of you know who I'm talking about. There are those of you who are legends right now, who are in the world. But you don't even realize that you're a legend. You don't realize that God has been chasing after you your whole entire life. Chasing after you. Because he chases the ones he loves. He don't want to see you die a rebel. He want to see you get the glory. He want to see you become the king and the queen that he destined you to be. That's why he put this drive in me to make all these videos, 5, 6, 7, all these videos every day. Talking, to tell you that God is chasing after you. There's a reason he told me to get up and make some YouTube videos because I ain't never been a public speaker or a person to stand in front of folks and talk. That is not me. I was on the radio. But I'm here now for a reason, for a time such as this, to tell you that God is chasing after you. And I'm talking to you. God is chasing after you right now. You need to get up. It ain't going to cost you nothing. I'm not asking you to send me no money. I don't need your money. I don't need nothing. What I need you to do, I need your mind. I need you to get up and grow. You're going to rise from your circumstances, from the oppression. Okay, see, we done broke these here. These broke. We don't have these no more. We don't have the chains that bind us no more. But what you got now, you got the chains up here and your mind is holding you back because you oppress yourself. Ain't nobody else oppressing you right now. See, you can't blame it on the white man no more. You free. He ain't holding you back. You know? Yeah, you saw the police officer, but I'm working on that right now. You saw the police officer holding the young man back who just wanted to leave with his children. He held him back and shot him in the back. But see, you ain't got nothing holding on to you right now. So what you need to do is keep on moving. Whatever's pulling at you, the drugs, the alcohol, the cigarettes, you know, rebels, other people who want that lifestyle and want you to die in it. You don't have nothing holding you back. You got to pull away from that. You got to grow from that. And what you need to do is put your mind to it and say, hey, look, I'm pulling. I'm growing. I'm going to grow. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. I'm going to grow from this because God gave us something so great and powerful. He gave us a mind over anything. You know, I talk about rehab. You know, I talk about rehab. And the reason I talk about rehab is because over half the people in rehab don't want to be there. They there because somebody made them there. And they going to mess it up for you who trying to do right. So forget rehab. You don't need rehab. Let the clowns have rehab who want to get in there and clown act a fool. Yo, you serious. So when you're serious, you don't need nothing. You don't need the 12 steps. You don't need no steps. All you need to do is grow. Put your mind to it and do it. You know, take that step out and say, step out on faith. That's what you do. See, I'm done with that lifestyle. I'm done. I don't want to get caught up in no conspiracy. I don't want to go down the path of death. I don't want to die. You know, God got me here for a reason. I done went through everything I went through in my life for a reason. To tell you that I can testify. Hey, I did that. It didn't work. Hey, no, I went over there. That don't work. Now I done been there. That don't work. But I can tell you this right here, that does work. And that's how to grow. You know, growing from your circumstances, rising from your situation, you know, and how you do that, begin to eliminate that chaos in your life. You don't need them soap operas. You don't need Jerry Springer. You don't need Maury Povich. You don't need Steve Wilkos. Eliminate all that stuff out your life because that ain't doing nothing but bringing chaos. That manifests in your life. What you bring in your life and speak over your life, that manifests in your life. That includes porn. You know, when you bring porn in your life, you manifest that in your life. Next thing you know, you're going to want a threesome. Or he going to want a threesome. And then there y'all go. You know, y'all done broke up. There go your marriage. You know, you gone. It's over with. Because you invited chaos in your life. You wonder what happened to your marriage. Well, you let this woman sleep with your husband. You know, you invited that chaos. That's why. That's what happened. You did that. So when you invite that Maury Povich and Jerry Springer, that stuff in your life, that manifests in your life. That's what manifests. I know. I'm a living example. You know, I invited that chaos in my life, and next thing you know, there go my husband, you know, and all kind of other mess. You know, so leave that stuff alone. You know, and then we start working on our heart. We start changing our heart, changing ourselves, and start forgiving. You know, whoever wronged you, you need to forgive them. I don't care what it is. You need to let it go. If you done wrong to somebody and you cannot talk to them to forgive them, you can't reach them. You don't know where they at. Give it to the Lord and leave it there. And then walk away and leave. Just like you're going to walk away and leave that bottle of alcohol, that pack of cigarettes, that rock of cocaine. You're going to leave all of that alone. That lifestyle of lying, cheating, getting over, you're going to leave it all alone and you're going to grow from that. That's why I'm here to tell you to grow. You know, that's why I've been sent. That's why I went through everything I went through. Because I can tell you something. I done been there and done that, you know. So we're going to grow from this, okay? So we're going to rise from our circumstances. That's what grow is all about. Begin to build wealth in our community and put back, you know, start putting back in the community. If you done rose up and you done overcame, Start putting back in the community. Start building up. Buy a building, buy a store. Start putting in your community, building wealth. 400 years later, 400 years since that first ship docked in 1619, people. So now it's time for us to come out with substance as God said in his promise. I love you all. Let's grow.